Thank you for tuning into the beautiful channel. When we view the watch industry today, it definitely comes across as rather masculine. In fact, pocket watches were the main portable timepieces in early 20th century because the larger case sizes meant larger movements, which tended to be more precise. At the time, wristwatches were considered as accessories for ladies. Therefore, ladies were the main consumers of wristwatches 100 years ago, which is very different from today. Many of the current well-known men's watch references, such as Oyster Perpetual by Rolex, Calatrava by Patek Philippe, and Portugieser by IWC, were created in 1930s. It was Cartier who dared to break the rules, creating the first wristwatch designed for men, and in doing so, built their own jewelry and timepiece empire. As early as 1904, Cartier has started designing men's wristwatches that remain iconic to this day, with legendary stories behind each of them. In 1901, Louis Cartier, the third generation of the family, heard from his friend, Brazilian aviation pioneer Alberto Santos Dumont, the inconvenience and danger of reading time using a pocket watch during flights. 3 years later, the first wristwatch designed for men was born, named Santos. The timepiece celebrated the friendship between the two elites in their own areas across continents. The revolutionary square case became a masterpiece that has been handed down across generations. Soldiers fighting during World War I realized the convenience of wearing a wristwatch, and they carried on the habit into their daily lives after returning from battlefields. Therefore, it was easy to spot wristwatches on uniformed men at that time. In 1916, Louis Cartier learned what an armored tank looked like through the French magazine Illustration. The secret weapon sent waves of hope towards finally reaching an end to the worldwide conflict. It also inspired the first Tonk watch, Tonk Normal, that launched the following year. It is believed that the inspiration came from the diagram of the French Renault FT7 tank, and the tracks inspired the brand cards, lugs of the watch, while the body structure inspired the watch case. Cartier revolutionized watchmaking design once again by replacing the traditional round case with the rectangular one. The strap attachments were integrated into the case, resulting in purer lines and the perfect balance between function and design. It has been 106 years since the launch of the Tonk Normal, and Cartier has continued to create Tonk watches with inspiration drawn from a wide variety of sources. At the end of the 70s, the Tonk watch became a leading example of the Art Deco design revolution happening to the world of fine crafts. The avant-garde design of the timepiece was appealing to many free spirits who sought to change the world. This is the Tonk Louis Cartier watch with manufacturer mechanical manual winding movement. 18-karat yellow gold case, beaded crown set with a sapphire, black lacquered dial. Worn by Louis Cartier himself, the Tonk Louis Cartier watch sets the standard to be upheld by all Tonk watches. It was initially named the Rounded Edge and created in 1922. In contrast to the assertive choice of rectangular form and proud lines, the tops of the lugs were rounded, embodying the contribution made by Louis Cartier to the modern style later known as Art Deco. I hope this episode helps remind everyone of the visionary role Cartier has played in the evolution of wristwatches, and that you like the brand just as much as those early independent and free-spirited collectors did.